Hello and welcome to Life with Francie podcast, a place where you will find all kinds of conversation like mental health, self-love, self-care, trauma, hobbies, and more. With this podcast, I want to create a place where we support one another in business or personal life. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Now, let's get the show started. On today's episode, I have the pleasure to talk to Dee Rowe. I forgot to ask, I am really bad with last name, but she has had issues in the past with self-esteem and social anxiety. And as an adult, she has spent over 15 years as a single mom. During that time, she discovered self-help and personal development and started healing from her own trauma. And nowadays, she guides other single moms through their own mindsets glow up so they feel comfortable in their skin, empowered to create positive change in their lives, and worthy of having wealth, supportive relationship of all kinds. So I can't wait to start this conversation with you. Welcome, Dee. Tell us, what is life with you?
Hi, thank you for having me on your show. Um, I think, you summed up a little bit of my story in the introduction. So I grew up mostly in California, first in the LA area and then in San Diego. And I had mostly a loving, supportive family, except for we were part of a very high demand religion. So there was a lot of like perfection demanded. And if you didn't achieve perfection, then you were somehow unworthy of receiving blessings. So any kind of trials or hard times in your life kind of got interpreted as unworthiness. You must not be doing good enough because you're having these hard times. So that led me to have a lot of self-esteem and self-worth issues that showed up a lot in the horrible relationships that I was having with significant others. I used to say that I had a broken picker. and,
Oh,
and
wow. Never heard that
you
one
know,
before.
I just didn't seem to choose well ever. If they seemed good on the surface, there was something hidden underneath. So ultimately, I learned how to fix kind of my mindset through self-love, through self-care, and a lot of diving into like shadow work and past issues that gave me these kinds of beliefs about myself and kind of turned around how I feel about myself. And when I did that, I was able to turn around my relationships and a lot of other areas of my life, like my job and my overall satisfaction with life and my relationships with my kids and, just kind of everything else. Because I think you've probably realized this, but the thing about like your mental health is it is tied to everything else in your life. So
Hmm.
when your mental health suffers, literally everything in your life suffers.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit more about you and, your mission.
Well, I spent many years as a stressed out, disassociated, overwhelmed HOA manager. If any of you live in homeowners
Oh, wow.
associations, I was the person that sent you letters when you didn't put your trash cans in on
Oh,
time or
no.
you needed to paint your shutters, and nobody liked me. um, but it paid the bills. And fortunately, now that my kids are older and I don't have as many financial responsibilities on my shoulder, I've been able to step into something that I feel a lot more passionate about than writing violation letters for people's. And that is helping single moms like I used to be improve their mental health and their mindset so that they can improve the rest of their lives as well, especially their relationship with themselves, their relationship with their kids, and of course with friends and any romantic partners.
And do you do that like on a one-on-one process or a group coaching?
I actually have two programs. So I offer both depending on what would be better for the individual person that's considering the services. I do one on one private coaching. And I also have a 12-week group program that combines some one-on-one sessions with
Mm.
some online lessons and some group work as well. So if you're looking for maybe some more community aspect. If you're feeling a little lonely, the group program might be better for you. And if you're dealing with a little bit more sensitive issues and you don't feel comfortable sharing them in public, then the one-on-one coaching might be a better option for you.
I love that. And how do you help single moms that are stressed out?
Well, I can't take away all of your responsibilities, unfortunately. I don't have a
Mhm.
magic wand that does that. I wish I did. I would love to be able to do that. But what I can help you do is change your mindset and do little things to change your habits that help your mental health. And when you do that, that makes carrying that heavy burden just a little bit easier. And I also help people like I've mentioned with their relationships, not only with themselves but with other people. And when you improve your relationships and get to a point where you don't feel like you have to take the burden all on yourself and that you can ask people for help and support and it's okay and it doesn't make you a bad person and it doesn't make you a burden on them, that really helps ease that strain on a single mom too, because I think a lot of us start out with this idea that we can't ask for any help, that makes us look weak and
Mhm.
like we're already kind of judged by society like we're less than because we're not married. And I think we carry around this internal stigma that once you get over that, and you're able to confidently ask people to help you and rely on friends and family and, you know, choose better friendships and romantic partners, all of that kind of helps ease that burden in other ways.
And what was your like it moment where you're like, oh, I need to help other women do this?
Um, it actually kind of started about a year ago when I quit my job in HOA management and I decided that I did not want to work in a corporate environment again. Job interviews and resumes and just HR, just all of it just seemed like something I had wanted no part of anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
I decided to do the risky thing and start my own business. But I was kind of floundering around for a while trying to figure out what to do. I do have a freelance writing business, so I write for a few HOA clients to pay the bills while I'm growing my coaching business. But I wasn't really feeling passionate about it. I was good at it, but it didn't bring me any joy. And I was putting a lot of inspirational content online, mostly on Instagram, uplifting quotes and memes and little tips on how you can improve your mental health. And somebody found me that is basically a coach for coaches. They teach people how to become coaches and how to develop their program. And they suggested to me that instead of doing all that for free, I could continue to do it for free as well, but also turn it into a business. And that idea really spoke to me because it felt like something I could do that could give back to people that I knew needed help and support because I know when I was in that position, I needed help and support.
Wow. And do you have a website?
I do. I actually have two blogs. And then I have a website also where you can learn more about my coaching programs tied to one of the blogs. So one of them is strictly about like mental health, and it's for men, women, teenagers, anyone. And that one is Basic B Finds Balance, all lumped into one word.com. Um, basic because basic and B, I just kind of don't want to reclaim those two words as a woman and say that it's okay to have, to like pumpkin spice lattes and leggings and you don't have to be this totally original liking things that no one's ever heard of being in
Mm-hmm.
order to be, like cool. And um also, the I think women that are assertive and stand up for themselves and set boundaries often get called the B word in a negative
Yeah.
way. And so I just kind of wanted to like reclaim that. Like I embrace that, that I set boundaries for myself.
I love that. And we found each other through Instagram. So what's your name? I know it's different.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention my other website too. So my Instagram handle is at Goddess Glow by Dee Rowe, Deerowe. And that's all one word too, no spaces or underscores or anything like that. And then I have a website, DEE period, or sorry, DEE dash A dash ROWE period Kajabi, that's KAJABI.com. And that website is really for my coaching programs for single moms. And I also have a blog on it that's specifically for single moms on how they can help their mindset. So the men and the teenagers, that one probably won't relate to them so much.
Yeah, no, I love it because it's very niche and single moms like they need all the help that they can get because I know I have one right now, one of my besties, one of my best friends, and I just remind her, breathe. As
Yeah,
of right now, just breathe and control the controllables, because it's so hard with the day to day and the to-do list is always never ending.
yeah. I used to say it's longer than I am tall, and I'm not very tall, but still, it's 2 to 3 people's work that one person is trying to do. And so it's just near to impossible to really do it the way you want to. So you end up
Mhm.
just trying to make do. And I think that leads to some guilt about how you're not being the mom you wish you were being, and maybe some guilt about not having a perfectly clean aesthetic house, and probably some guilt around your finances not being the way you want to be, just lots of guilt.
Mhm.
And so that's one thing I really try and help my clients just let go of, because you are like any single mom out there. If you're trying and you're sitting there thinking, I don't know if I'm a good mom, I guarantee you are, because the fact that you're worrying about it means that you're the type of mom that cares and that is trying 1,000% your best.
Is there anything else that you would like to share about your program or tools and resources?
Um, I think the last thing I just want to say is, if you're someone that is struggling with your sense of self-worth or self-esteem, having a coach can really help you. I know it helped me a lot when I was going through my transformation. So whether it's me that you resonate with, or there's some totally other aspect that you want help with, if feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, send me a DM, let me know what it is that you're struggling with, because through that coaching program that I went through, I have met so many other phenomenal coaches in all types of niches. So, like, whatever someone is struggling with, I probably know someone that can help them with that. And then if you happen to be a single mom that is struggling with confidence and mindset and all of that, then I'd love to talk to you too.
I love that, and I will make sure that I have all the links in the show notes.
Thank you, because I know some of them are hard to say out loud and have people understand. I should have picked more simple domain names.
No, it's all good. They'll find it and I'll make a post and everything. Thank you so much for coming on my show and reaching out. We found each other through Instagram, so I love that.
Yeah, and I just want to put a plug out there for you. I don't know when exactly it will be on my blog schedule yet, but I intend to interview Francie behind the scenes and get her tips on mental health and then post them on my Basic Be Finds Balance blog.
I
So
love
look
that.
forward
Heck
to that in the
yeah.
future.
I will, and I will let my listeners know when they both go live, your episode as well as my interview with you. So,
Yeah.
yeah, is there anything else that you would like my listeners to know about you?
Just You know, it's okay if you have a negative thought about yourself or your day or your life, but recognize that thoughts are not necessarily true, and then try and turn it around. What can you think positive about yourself, your day, your life instead? And the more you do that, the better your life will get.
I love that. Thank you so much for that little bit of wisdom.
Gotta leave you with a quick tip.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Life with Francie podcast. You can find it in all major platforms as well as my YouTube channel. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow on your favorite podcast app. You can leave a review to help others to find the show. It sure helps and it's truly appreciated. Hope you have a blessed day. Bye bye.
Thank you.